your day with Silly and Safe. Start your day with Sassy and Sage. Sincerely, simply, seriously cereal.
Everyone is welcome here.
Hey.
Hey, you.
Let's see what we're looking at today. Hey everyone, I'm Maxwell.
And I'm Jennifer, one of Maxwell's moms. Welcome to Seriously Cereal.
Episode number
498.
Thanks, numbsters.
Seriously Cereal is made possible by viewers like you.
And by Blue Legacy, a volunteer-run nonprofit dedicated to bringing people together.
You can find out more at
www.seriouslycereal.org. Thanks, Spoonie.
If you eat your cereal dry, then you are a snacker, like our buddy, Bowler.
Hello!
Hey. Or, if you prefer your cereal with milk, then you are a spooner, like our pal, Spoonie. He's also Seriously Cereal's director.
Every month we post episodes with a theme.
And this month's theme is...
Dessert cereal! Thanks, numbsters.
Thank you! And today, we will be reviewing... Cap'n Crunch's Arctic Crunch.
Oh, no.
Vanilla Frost. But
Arctic.
it doesn't look like it has the mouth cooling thing, though. I think it'll be okay.
Arctic.
I like the Arctic. Okay, Spoonie. Time to talk about the Arctic, I guess.
Okay.
Yes.
Brr. All right. So, as you guys probably remember, if you are big fans of the show and you have seen a lot of episodes, there have been several cereals over the past 2 years that have menthol in them.
Yes.
To kind of make like this cool minty flavor in your mouth.
Yeah.
I do not like that. I just
me
think
neither.
that is not great.
They've kind of made it work sometimes, but it's not my go-to.
But I think...
like cereal gimmick.
But I think
that was a word of a day, actually. But
I think you are correct, though, Maxwell. It doesn't look like there's any menthol in this one. I
Yeah.
thought there might be, you guys, because, Arctic,
Yeah.
chili, and menthol is seen as like a chili thing, and vanilla frost.
Yeah.
But actually, I think this is just playing off of, like, vanilla ice cream.
yeah.
You know,
And
a dessert
actually,
cereal.
it is also tying into the Arctic, because besides this very fun illustration on the back, it says right here, related to the Arctic, 50 cents of each box sold is donated to Ocean Conservancy. And that's great, because, the oceans, the Arctic is up in the ocean, so Conservancy in that regard is very good. And just in case you guys didn't know, Conservancy...
It's the word of the day. I'm Sunny, and
Conservancy
is the word of the day.
Thank you, Sunny.
So Conservancy is like a group of people or a company or a club that is there to protect something, to care for it. It could be a forest or a certain animal or a piece of land or, of course, an ocean.
Yeah.
I like that. I like 50 cents per box. That's pretty cool. That's going to add up.
Yeah, Conservancy is definitely a good thing. And thank you, Sunny. Sorry I didn't mean to take his job there. But all right, let's find out more about Arctic Crunch. So, a serving size is 1 1/4 cup.
Okay, big serving size.
Calories 150, and
Pretty
total
low.
carbohydrates 33 grams.
Okay. Fork a million?
Hello there, Maxwell and Jennifer.
Hey, Fork a million. What's up with the added sugar?
Kiddos shouldn't have more than 12 grams of added sugar each day. Grown-ups can have up to 24 grams. But everyone should be careful not to eat too much sugar, because it doesn't do a very good job of helping us grow and be healthy. Today's cereal has
15
grams of added sugar.
Thanks, Fork a million and numbsters.
Glad to help.
All right, yeah, another true dessert cereal.
So it's a dessert, meaning it's based on a real life dessert,
Yes.
ice cream, but it's also what we consider a dessert cereal because
It is over the average amount of added sugar that a kid should have in a day. 12 grams, like Fork Million said.
yeah.
All right, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. It's 3 over, but I mean,
Now that's still
maybe
over.
remove the 1/4 cup and just have 1 cup. That seems
Right, because a serving is 1 1/4 cup.
Yeah.
If you only have 1 cup, that should bring it down to.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, measure things out.
You have a phone call.
Hey, bowler numbsters. Sorry for the wait. All right, though. What can you tell us about the price of this cereal?
What you're reviewing today costs,
$4.93.
and there are
12.
servings. Ha ha ha. Thanks for helping, numbsters.
You're welcome.
Oh, thanks, bowler numbsters. And thank you, T-Spider.
Thanks, Spider. Bye.
Bye. All right, though. So, $4.93 divided by 12 servings. That is 41 cents per serving. Again.
Okay, and depending on where you shop, you guys, like I always remind folks, average serving size of cereal costs between 35 and 40 cents. So 41 cents is just a little bit over the average.
Yeah. And 12 servings again.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. But
Yeah.
Kind of different cereals, but they line up in a similar way there. All right, though, I guess.
Yeah, last week's was also,
Oh, okay. Time to taste.
awesome.
All right, so as usual, we have a serving right here,
Okay.
and we will be splitting it.
And before Maxwell splits it, let me
Yes.
point out, you guys. So this is one of the cereals that its added sugars are 15. So that's 3 added sugars more than the 12 added sugars that a kiddo is supposed to have in our
Yeah.
whole day, right? So the serving size is suggested to be 1 1/4 cup. That's this. What Maxwell suggested is maybe to bring the sugar down just a little bit, instead of having 1 1/4 cup, just have a cup.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a difference,
Yeah, no,
but
it's
it
not.
will bring that sugar count down.
Yeah. Just a little a suggestion. I think it's just good to be aware of this kind of thing.
These look like they're coming in 2 colors.
Yeah.
Like a blonde cake color,
Yeah.
and then a light blue
yeah,
or
about
teal
standard.
color.
About standard
Little-
for Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
like a very muted
Little swirl
teal
there.
blue. Though I am noticing that some of the blue dye has kind of gotten on the the white pieces. So
You think they all started that blonde color?
I think
Yeah.
so, cause yeah. But yeah, let's give this a try. I'm
Very vanilla.
Yeah.
Very strong vanilla scent.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try
Okay,
just
yeah,
some of the
give this
little
a try.
blonde pieces first. Oh! Wow. That tastes like Captain Crunch.
Yep. It actually. Yep. It
Huh.
tastes like Captain Crunch with a
Let me try these now.
very smooth vanilla aftertaste. The texture is exactly the same. A little bit crunchy, but not as crunchy as like the biscuits in or the pillows, as we sometimes call them in Captain Crunch. It's like the Crunch Berries, really.
Not sticky, so they're very easy and pleasant to pick up as a snacker. Maxwell, do the blonde ones and the blue ones taste the same to you or different?
Let me try. I'm assuming they'll probably both flavor the same, but let's see.
To me, the blonde ones taste almost identical to the golden biscuits that are the main part of Captain Crunch.
I think that the golden biscuits have been a bit more of a molasses flavor, personally. But to answer your question, though, I don't think they taste different. I think these are both vanilla flavored. So, though this is the standard blue for Captain Crunch, it's not the standard flavor. So they've swapped out the flavor, just use the same dye.
Yeah, boy, the blue ones taste different to me.
Yep.
They just taste stronger. They just taste like they're more vanilla.
Interesting.
Let's see. Corn flour, sugar, oat flour, vegetable oil, salt, blue dye. I wonder if literally why they taste a little bit different is I'm literally just tasting a little bit of the flavor of the dye.
Yeah, and crunch berries do have that dye aftertaste, though I feel like actually in this case the vanilla kind of is drowning it out for me. I don't actually dislike that. Yeah.
I'm very pleased that there is no menthol
Yeah.
or like icy flavor in the Arctic Crunch, though I'm afraid I really think it's being marketed in a way that sounds like it's gonna have that.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It doesn't have any menthol or anything.
So it's not so much vanilla frost burr as it is vanilla frosted.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But I do have to say, I think it was a good choice for them not to call this Cap'n Crunch, like as in Cap'n Crunch's Crunch Berries, specifically the Crunch Berries part, because with that I do kind of actually associate it with that dye taste. And I know you're saying you might be getting a little bit of it, but I'm definitely getting more of the vanilla. So kind of marketing this as its like own thing, I think was a good call. And am I correct that yes, this is limited edition? So yeah, I guess this is just like its own little standalone thing. But you know, color me impressed. I think this is probably, as far as Cap'n Crunch goes, I do love Cap'n Crunch, but they've had kind of a poor record with their alternate cereals, just in my eyes. So, you know, this is not half bad. I honestly like that. I think I'll need like maybe a little more time to get my final score, but I think I'll probably score it pretty decently.
It's very curious, you guys. I really thought that this was going to be more. I really thought it was going to be icy. I really, honestly did.
Oh,
And
you know what?
That's
Let me see if the milk
that's very
is
interesting.
flavored.
Yeah.
Little bit. It seems like it does have a little bit of that vanilla flavor. All right, though. I think I know what we can do when we figure out our final
Yeah,
scores.
I need a little more time.
Yeah. I think that it's...
Hi, everyone. I'm Serious Sloth, and I'm serious about 3 things: cereal, music, and animals. Today, we get to see
Seals!
Let's listen to music and chill with these sweet beasts. Thanks for spending some time with me and some awesome animals. Who should we chill with next?
Okay. I'm feeling refreshed, and I think I'm about ready to wrap this up.
Well, the scores were tricky. They're tricky sometimes. It's not always easy to find the right score.
Oh, fan mail! Thank you, Numbsters!
Thanks! And thank you. We love hearing from
We
you.
really do. All right, let's see what you've sent in today.
Fan mail.
Okay, so this is to the whole team from Aaron H. through the mailbox on the website.
Hi, Erin.
Hi. And Aaron writes, one reason why a great value brand cereal might be priced higher than a larger box of a big brand is surge pricing. Maybe one of the moms can explain surge pricing for kiddos. Wow, what a topic, Aaron.
Erin, you're a grown-up, aren't you?
Yeah. But, I appreciate that you want us to talk about these things with kids because
Yeah.
I think it is important to, talk about these things at an early age. Explain it simply so that when you're an adult, you know these things. And, off the top of your head, you can be like, oh, yeah.
That's
what it
right.
is.
So let me try
So-
Erin, this is a fantastic challenge, but I definitely am into it because, as you know, here on Seriously Cereal, we kind of do things the way I was with Maxwell and Faith, the way their other mom, Brianne, was with Maxwell and Faith when they were growing up. And that is, we talk to them the way we would talk to a friend who is a grown-up. We explain things so that they understand how the adult world works. Now, that doesn't mean that I stressed Maxwell and Faith out.
No.
This is what it is to pay a bill, and it's very stressful. No. I just wanted them to understand the way things worked, so that as they grew up, they would be adults, Americans that understood the way the American system worked.
Yeah.
So, surge pricing is not a great thing. And there really is nothing about it that makes it great. I don't think that it should be allowed. Actually, there have been a lot of politicians that have said maybe we should pass laws that stop it. But to simplify it, surge pricing is basically like this. Let's say that there was a store that realized that at 3 p.m. when kids got out of school, they sold a lot of chocolate milk. They sold more chocolate milk at 3 p.m. than at any other time of the day. People really want chocolate milk at 3 p.m. And then the store decided, people really want chocolate milk at 3 p.m. Instead of charging $1 for every chocolate milk, let's charge $2 because people really want chocolate milk at 3 p.m. So they surge the price. When there is a surge for the product, a rush for the product, more demand for the product, more people wanting the product at that time than at another time, that's a surge. And so they make the price higher because they figure people want it so much, they'll pay extra. But that's not how much that item is normally.
No.
So the cereal that you're talking about, Aaron, is a cereal that indeed was a great value brand, a generic Walmart brand of cereal.
Yes.
But it was flavored like, I don't even remember, it was a sweet cotton candy or
Was it apple fritter?
apple fritter, something like that.
Yeah, it was a very specific
sweet
flavor.
and unique
Yes.
desserty type flavor. And if that flavor is particularly popular, like, do you guys remember when, like, there used to be no sloth toys in the stores?
Yeah.
And then suddenly there were 1 million sloth toys
Yeah.
because they were popular or trending. So if the flavor of that cereal that was super more expensive than it normally would be was popular or trending at that time, that could also trigger surge pricing.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right. That could very well be why that happened. Now, personally, in our household, even if it's like something that, like, I only like a particular kind of tea, but if there's surge pricing and the tea that I love the most is much more expensive that month, I do get something else. Because we do our grocery shopping on a pretty tight budget. So we can't really deal with surge pricing. Like when eggs were more than $9 for a dozen, we stopped buying eggs in the stores and just ate our eggs from our chickens.
Which we are very lucky to have.
Yes,
chickens.
we're very grateful to have the eggs from our chickens. So that's what surge pricing is, you guys. And Aaron, you're absolutely right. Max Noel and I did not consider that when we were wondering why in the world that generic brand, and it wasn't even a very big box of cereal, was so much more expensive. But yes, so that is surge pricing economics 101 explained for kiddos.
I think you did a pretty good job.
Thank you so much, Maxwell. Aaron, I hope I gave you the answer that you were hoping I would give so that kiddos would understand.
All right, and on that note, I think I have my score. How about you?
Yes, I think I
Okay.
have it too. Okay.
All right then. Okay, Spoonie, time to score. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Did you know that everyone here at Seriously Cereal is a volunteer? We are. And you can support the show over at seriouslycereal.org.
Because Seriously Cereal is safe for kids, YouTube turns off comments when we post episodes online. But we love hearing from you. Go to seriouslycereal.org and use the mailbox button to send us a message. We might read it in a future episode.
Find new episodes of Seriously Cereal every Saturday morning on YouTube, on public access television, and at seriouslycereal.org.
See you next time.
Bye.
Start your day with silly and safe. Start your day with sassy and sage. Sincerely, simply, seriously, seriously.